Hi guys, welcome to the Anything and Everything I Guess Solo podcast. I am yours, Denai, the painting from the Kinty Kinty. It's been over a year. That's a long time, but also not much of a long time. How have you all been? How has everything been actually? Well, my end, it's been rather interesting. Life tends to give you the unexpected at the most unexpected times. But I gotta say, we're grateful to be alive and grateful to see the world. You know, I mean, got to see Trump get reelected. Got to see Spain win the Euros. So I mean, there's been a lot that's been going on. But I guess I can't just waltz back in like, I wasn't away after promising consistency and to do better. But I realized it's a nature. A lot of podcasters actually, but oh well. We grow into it, right? Old habits die hard. Eventually you get the hang of it and eventually it becomes easier. So what's been going on in my life? Well, finally finished uni. Yeah, that was tough. It was a tough 4 years. It was a tough 4 years, but we're grateful that that's over. But this stage is not as good as I thought it was. It's probably worse than uni. And well, a master's is really not on my game plan anytime soon. So it's just, picking up hobbies, refreshing on old hobbies, just trying to have some semblance of having stuff in order, even if sometimes I'm practically falling apart. And the anxiety is crazy. People don't talk about it, but there's so much anxiety filled with fresh out of graduation. Well, not really, not yet, but like fresh out of uni, looking for a job, getting rejected over and over and over and over again. No one prepares you for that. And just the basic anxiety of like starting work, working with old people. Ugh, weird, I know. But it has to be done because, well, that's what adulting is, I guess, essentially. But I think we'll make it work like we always do. Perseverance, consistency, all that, yada yada yada. I know I sound so disinterested in them, but they're values that actually work once you get a hang of them, actually. So, yeah, it's been life, uni level. And like hobbies, oh, I'm doing like what have I been doing? I've been crocheting, starting those granny hobbies. It's pretty cool. And Pinterest is cool, so it's like, oh, okay, this is a cool idea. Oh, this is a cool pack. And you just go down the rabbit hole. And I've made friends, and my other friends that have already my friends that crochet, so it's like a little club thing that goes on. Yeah. Um it's it's not easy. The 20s are not easy. Like sometimes I'm still waiting for my actual parents to come and say, "My child, worry not, for we have come to take you. The experiment in which you were supposed to raise you up like the common folk is over. Come to your mansion and come and access your trust fund." But I know that's not happening. I have to save myself. And sometimes we don't talk about it much. Saving yourself. What is saving yourself? What do you have to do to save yourself? What are you saving yourself from? And some of these questions probably won't ever answers, but you just have to realize that no one's coming to save you. If you don't get your life in order, well, yeah, innit? But once you have everything in order, it should be fine, right? Does it ever get fine? Probably does. I don't know. I haven't felt it yet, so I'm in no position to speak about it that way. I'm also trying to figure it out, how to save myself, how to not repeat the past mistakes of those before me, how to carry all the weight that's on my shoulders and make a difference, be it in my family, be it community, be it on a larger scale. We're all trying to do something, right? Which is why people always say, be kind and all of that. But we're humans. So half the time we barely remember all these nitty-gritty habits, right? Because, well, we respond to external stimuli in different ways. But yeah, gotta learn how to save yourself, realize that no one's coming, and if you don't become the main character, well, you're gonna get sidelined. Total NPC, right? Yeah, so basically that's what the post has been about, learning and unlearning habits. Still haven't gotten that consistency down, as you can see, clearly. But I'm sure eventually we'll get there. What else have we done? Yeah, just trying to navigate through life like always. But the good news is it's possible. It's doable. It's not the end of the world. You can do this. I don't know how though. But that's the beauty of it. We each find our own way to make it work and make a difference, right? Podcasting has been amazing. I know, yeah, someone's like, oh, how is it amazing when you barely do stuff there? But it's nice, you know, it's a level of understanding myself and putting myself out there, and you were just listening to me ramble on and just be excited that, oh, there are people who actually listen, there are people who actually care to listen, there are people who are like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Or people could be like, oh, I hate this, but hey, that's still viewership, right? And it's a great conversation starter, actually. Like, oh, hey, I have a podcast. And you're like, oh, tell me about it. And you're like, oh, it's called The Anything and Everything, I guess, a little podcast. And everyone's like, wow, what are you thinking? That's such a long name. And I'm like, I know, right? I totally went against all the notes on how to have a podcast name because it's too long. It's too long. But I guess it shows how this all started. It was a spur of the moment type thing, you know, just let me make a podcast, and you know, everything was so rushed. But I've come to love it. It's a part of me that I cherish and wish to continue. I just need to find my feet, find my ground, and figure out how best to continue, because I've made drafts and the drafts have not been published because they're cringe, because they're not perfect, and here we are 1 year later. So yeah, you realize that it's not that deep. It doesn't have to be that deep. So eventually it'll all work out. It will all work out. So yeah, that's what this episode was about. Life lately, and that'll work out. And hopefully the next episode will be something more interesting, something more like our style. You know, it feels more of like reminiscence and current status and figuring out what to do, where to do, how to do it. So yeah. But I hope maybe someone found something interesting here. Besides, that's what this podcast is for, isn't it? Me just rambling on and on for the sake of my mental health. Selfish, I know. What about your mental health? Tell me about it. And maybe have like a once a month mental health some did I say once a month? Once in 6 months, sorry. That sounds more accurate. Mental health something. And I still do plan on having guests over. But my friends are weird, and I don't know if their weirdness is weird enough for the podcast. The chosen ones. But yeah, I guess it's gonna happen, and it would be great, right? Just to hear someone else. That's not me. Yeah, it would totally be great. So this is your host, Denai, the Pangtang from the Kenty signing out. I have to change that pickup line. Or is it a pickup line? No, I'm not picking up hotties on the podcast. Whatever that is, phrase, catchphrase, yeah. Because well, I do enjoy it, but well, see now I'm rambling.